Hi, everyone. Welcome to this weekly update. So we are starting with Dxy, and this is 4-hour chart. And we have been in this move to the downside. Then we had this correction. So this is a move to the downside, a correction, and we have this impulsive move also to the downside. So this could be a wave 182, and this could be a 3-1 and a 3-2 in the making. At the same time, we should not forget the fact that it will also turn out to be a three-wave correction here, which is A, B, C. So it could turn out to be that. So it could be anything, but not until we now begin to take low, we would keep all those options open. So far, we've had this move to the downside, and this one had given us like a corrective move to the upside to correct this wave, and giving us a format of a 1 and a 2, or it could be A or a B, and this is a C. And where this C in itself is turning out to be a three-wave format. So we are seeing a three-wave format, which could technically turn out to be, once it turns beyond a 161.8 to the downside, and it breaks that, let's see if that has been taken already. If we see this as the first move, the second move, once this one goes beyond 161.8, then we may be contemplating an impulsive move to the downside for dollar to go weaker. So let's see. I need not to be doing this. So let's see. Just this is 161.8. It's almost getting to or violating 161.8. It's not 161.8 yet. But again, the correction that we are getting here, it's evident that we are going to have a break to the downside if things work as expected. Now, let me get into it again. So we are in this correction after this impulse, and it's a 5 waves impulse to the downside. Here is a wave 2 here, and a 3 and a 4 to the downside. So we are seeing this correction, and this move to the upside is correction so far, and which I believe is not complete yet. This price will not just continue to go down from here. Here, when we had this correction, of course, we can see something that looks like a 5 wave structure to the downside, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5 here. So we had an A, we had a B wave here, and a C wave here. So A, B, C, that we saw that after this move, and the price came to the downside as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now where we don't want to break for now is 104,450. So we don't want to see price break beyond 104,450. And we need this to correct a bit to the downside and one more leg to the upside before we sell. So we should be looking for a sell. Let's allow this to push down some more. The price may push down some more, probably trying to give us, this is a structure here. The structure in the middle appears not to be complete yet. That's what I can see here. From here to this point, looks like a structure, but this structure in the middle appears not to be complete yet. Let's see. This price may break low here or not, but it's correcting, and we still need one more impulse to the upside without breaking this top. And then DXY is going to fall. So let's look at euro dollar. Euro dollar is the same. I still believe that this is not complete yet. The structure is in the making. It should give us a complete structure if we are correcting this, and without breaking well, it's not going to take this low here, except if you go into the lower time frame, you might be able to see the 5 structure wave that is at giving us. But now we are seeing a corrective move to the downside. We need price to correct to the upside, probably without breaking this top here, without breaking the 1.09500, and then see one more leg to the downside before we go up. So we want to buy. If we're able to see price action to the downside, good. It's always, you have to be very careful when you are trading against what looks like a trend. So this is an impulse, and we want to go up. One more leg of correction to the upside, a breakdown, then we go up. That breakdown might be impulsive. The fact that it's impulsive does not mean that price is going to go down. Of course, we expect that in a flat corrective wave, C wave usually is 5 waves, and it will be impulsive. And except a zigzag, in a zigzag, A and C could be impulsive. So the wave coming down could be impulsive, and it doesn't mean that it's going to break the low. So we need one more correction to the upside, one more move, then we look for our buy. Then New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar has pushed up as expected, and we expect it to get stronger. And all these are probably not necessary. What we saw here, and you see, I was looking at the way the price had been nosediving to complete structure, and I said we should push our stop loss to 5.8, I think 480 or thereabouts. So price came down to give a spike at 5.8, 500, 506. So you didn't get the 480, so we are spared. So that's what they do when they want to take people out. So this went up as a wave 4, and this came down like the 5th wave, the wave 5 sharp. Then price immediately went up, with an impulse. So if you begin to look at the impulsive nature here, you may have seen a 1 and a 2 here, and probably we are seeing the emergence of a 3rd wave. We need this to correct without probably breaking this low here. Without breaking this low here, we need this to correct. And so once we get a complete correction here, probably we're going to go for it to go long again. So that's what we're looking at. Now on gold, that's where I'm going to end. On gold, so for now, like these came down like an ABC to correct this entire run of 5 waves to the upside. So the 5 waves to the upside, it gives a clue, because one thing you should expect when you are correcting in a correction. So if your C most of the time, in fact, in all of the time, C is 5 waves. C is 5 waves in all of the time, and it could be impossible or not, but C is 5 waves in all of the time. Being in a zigzag, being in a flat correction, C is 5 waves. And immediately after the C wave, you are going to see immediate 5 waves in the opposite direction if we indeed want to go up. So once you see 5 waves, indeed we want to go up, that should be suspect. You begin to suspect that the price is going to move, with that 5 waves and the correction and all of that. So the gain in a complex correction, whereby you see a C wave of 5, and the next wave you see is not looking like 5 waves, that tells you probably a flat is going to develop. Probably they're going to go into a double correction or whatever. So these are things that we should know. For now, these are given a 5 waves to the upside, which looks like a false impulse. And we had these look like a truncated zigzag to the downside to correct the entire run here. So this looks like a 1, and this looks like a 2. And we are having this correction in the middle. So this may be the first wave of the 3rd wave, the first wave of the 3rd wave. and clearly it has gone up also in a 5-wave format, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is a clue. Because it's 5 waves, a B wave cannot be a 5 waves like this after this correction. And this is a complete correction, ABC here. Even if it's going to be X, then I don't expect X to retrace this much to the upside. So those are the clue that tells us that this thing is bullish, and we should be expecting that price is going to go further to the upside to break the top. So that's a clue. Now, regardless of the impulsive nature of the corrective format here, you can see a clear ABC format to the downside without breaking, the 88 retracement, and price began to do this to the upside. And when we saw this, of course, price may still want to choose this and still break a little down to the downside or not. But again, we had seen this reaction at the first impulse here, an ABC correction, and we are seeing this impulse. So what do we want from now? We want a scenario, this may push slightly to the upside, and we want it to correct it again. I want to see the complete correction of what may look like a 2 or a pullback to the downside before we go for another push to the upside, another buy. So ultimately, we are looking for a buy here. If you want to, I wouldn't want to sell. I want to look for a price action, see the correction. We need to take low this if we are going to have a deeper correction. We need to break low 24.1740. So we take break low, look for, without taking the low of 23.80, without taking that low, breaking low of 24.17, without breaking low of 23.80, the correction in between here, we look for the buy. So with that, I've come to the end, and we should have good movement this coming week. Bye. Happy trading.